10. What are my plans? I wanted to make a separate video about this, but since it is one of the questions, I will answer. I got off the boat and I went home for about 3 weeks, and I just moved to Orlando. I am now in my new apartment. I kind of do this a lot, but things are really like up in the air for me right now. I just got a job. I will talk more about that in one of my next videos. So I'm really grateful for that and glad that I am working, and I'm really just, I feel like this is kind of like my gap year from school. So I have my associate's degree, but I'm like waiting on my bachelor's, and I just kind of want to like explore and figure out like what I want to do. And so I'm living in this like really cute apartment in Orlando, and I'm loving it so far. I've been here for about 2 weeks, so we'll do more about that in another video. Question 13, what did I major in? My school journey is like kind of wild, but I started out at a community college, and then I moved to a college in Chicago called Columbia, and then I moved back to community college. And in those years, I started out my major in early childhood education, moved that major to fashion design, moved that major to American Sign Language, and then moved that major to business degree. So I've been really all over the board. My favorite thing that I've studied so far have definitely been fashion and American Sign Language. So I think that I'm gonna probably end up going with one of those, even though I know that the better choice would probably be a business degree. I'm just not passionate about it, and I'm terrible at math, so I just like, I don't care enough, and I wanna be doing something that I really care about. I love costume design. I love making things myself. I love sewing. I don't know if you guys have seen any of my pictures of me as Tiana when I did Not So Scary, or me as Isabella from the Lizzie McGuire movie. I did Not So Scary last year, but I love making big costumes, and I think sign language is like a really beautiful language. I think it's amazing, and I loved all of the interactions I've had with deaf or hard of hearing guests in Disney World, at American Girl, at all of my old jobs. It's just like really cool to know a little something, because it makes you feel like you can connect to more people, which is really special, I think. So we'll see what my major's gonna be. What is your favorite part of working on The Dream? Number 14. The people I met, honestly. I feel like it opened up my whole life to all these different possibilities. There are so many things that I didn't know about the world until I went on the Dream, and there were so many things I learned, and so many people took me under their wing and were like, don't do that, don't act like that, don't say that, don't do this, like this is how you act here, this is how you're supposed to do this, and they like really looked out for me. And I like never felt like such a sense of like community and such a sense of love. The ship was just like a really special place, and I feel like I learned more than I've ever learned in my entire life in the 5 months that I was there. And that was really special, and I feel like I came out of it better. Internet and fees. Okay, so I spent so much of my money on internet, and so does everybody. So everybody's like, is it just you, or is it, I'm like, no, everybody spends their money on internet. It's so hard to live without it, because, and I'm not being like, I never went on social media. Sometimes I would go on Instagram. Mostly I waited to go on Instagram and stuff when I was off the boat, or if I went to Target or something, or Walmart, and I got, you know, at Port Canaveral days, I would get Wi-Fi because I'm an American. Like, it's $10 for 250 megabytes, and it's $20 for 500 megabytes for crew. And I'm telling you, it goes so fast. I would buy $10 worth and call my mom, and it would be like 3/4 gone as soon as the call was over, and it wouldn't be that long of a call. So you use like FaceTime audio or FaceTime. FaceTime eats your Wi-Fi so fast, don't even do it. I had an app called IMO that I would use for FaceTime, and that was like better on the megabytes, but it goes so fast, and you spend so much of your money on internet. So be mindful of that. I remember my trainer when I got on the ship, his name was Eric, and he was like saying how he spent $1,600 like the first month on Wi-Fi when he got on his first contract. And like, you do, because if you're spending $20 a day, most people buy like a $10 a day package or $20 a day, it adds up like really fast. And when you're doing so much all day, you're never on your phone. But then when you get off at night, you want to talk to your family, or you want to just like turn your brain off and be mindless for a minute, and it costs you. What I wished I had packed. There wasn't anything that I like wish I had packed necessarily, but there were moments where I was like, oh, I need this or I want this, because you are so far away from everything and everyone, and buying things on the internet like is kind of comforting. At least for us girls in the boutique, I know it was like a big deal for us. Like we love to order things, we love to get things online, have something to look forward to. It was really important. I wish I had brought more party clothes, because I didn't, and I bought a lot of that there. But I just wish I brought like more clothes to go out in and less like casual clothes. I wish I had packed like clothes smarter, because there were some things that I didn't wear and some things that I wore like a lot. But everything I brought, I pretty much used. So I think I packed pretty well. Even though I packed a lot of stuff, I packed pretty well. Is there anything weird that you want to tell us about, or out of the ordinary, that I should think of to get ready? So any tips for getting ready if you're going to work for the ship? Yes. Don't have any expectations. Don't feel like, oh, I have to have this done, or why isn't this done, or why am I not getting these papers, or why isn't my contract signed and I'm leaving in 2 days. Cruise Line has their own way of doing everything. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You really have to leave everything up to them, because you have no, and it will be like that your entire contract too, you have no like say in what goes on really. For example, I have a friend who is from Scotland, and she was on the ship, and months in advance she requested that she fly out of JFK 3 weeks after her end date, because you can request to have a different flight home. So she requested to fly out of JFK 3 weeks later so she could go and enjoy New York for 3 weeks before she flew back to Scotland. So Cruise Line didn't tell her until the day before she left that she got her flight approved. So imagine not having anything planned for your vacation, because you can't. Because if you buy the hotel and then you're going back to Scotland, you're screwed. But if you don't buy your hotel and then they tell you you're flying to New York, you're also screwed. So really you have to be very flexible. That's the best advice I could give you if you're going on the ship. Be so flexible. And it doesn't matter if they say, oh, you're gonna get off this day. Oh, you're gonna, never ever count on it. Say it's your day off, okay? And it starts raining outside and you can't port. It's a sea day, you're working. So you can't count on having days off. You can't count on having friends come on and being able to go eat dinner with them. You can't count on anything, because it's really all up to your managers and your managers' managers, and these things happen very last minute on the ship, especially for boutique. I can't speak for any other role, but for boutique, this was the truth. These were all of my questions. I hope that if you are going on the ship soon as a guest or as a crew member, that this video is helpful for you. I do have a few more videos coming out soon that I'm gonna be filming about what it was like to live on the ship for Christmas or for the holiday season. Some of my favorite guest interactions, which I'm really excited to film, because the girls in the boutique were so amazing and I loved them so much. Words of wisdom to crew members or CPs, bringing friends on for sailing or for port days and what that is like. So I do have a lot of things that I'm coming out with, that I'm filming, and I'm just really excited that you guys are still following. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for continuing to like. I know it's been crazy on Cruise Line with me uploading, but it's getting right back to normal. So I'm very thankful for all of you for sticking around and for watching my journey. I hope to see you again soon. Happy Teensy Tuesday. Bye.